Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about the connection between Daryl, Dwight, Jesus, Michonne, and the kingdom. Hold on, it's going to be a good one. Before we get into that, though, a lot of people commented on how they like this shirt. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's the color scheme. I picked it out because it's actually a Punisher skull, and I fucking love the Punisher. John Bernthal, Shane from The Walking Dead, he's the new badass Punisher on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I don't think this is the Netflix. It says Marvel in the back, but, Marvel, but I don't think this is the Netflix version of the whatever, but it looked cool. Anyway, that's what it was. A lot of people were asking. Because I guess the way it was cut off, it looks like titties here. That's fucking hilarious. I'll move in though so I don't creep you out through the whole video. Alright, so I was thinking, okay, what the hell is Michonne going to do? How are they spinning this story? And I went to take a shower and the thought hit me and I had to hop my ass out of the shower, towel off, and then do this little video real quick. Alright, so peep this. Daryl leaves out his cell and he goes for the bike. And I don't know if he's going to run into Dwight at this time. I don't know if Dwight's waiting for him to tell him something. But let's just say around this time or maybe later, Dwight gives him some type of information leading Daryl to believe that Dwight is not happy witnessing the burning again. Like, that was the last straw for Dwight. And Dwight's like, I'm not doing this shit. I'm not living like this anymore. We can figure something out. So Daryl flees, but then he runs into some saviors on the way out. And I'm only saying this because last episode I saw a meme from last episode where it said fans were expecting this, and it was Jesus from the comic book kicking savior ass. And instead we got this, and it was Jesus hiding on the top of a truck. And I thought that was hilarious. But like what they did with the sanctuary, where they waited to show us the outside and the wives, they didn't show us in episode 3. They waited until episode 7, and I love that. I absolutely love that. So I'm like, okay, maybe Daryl gets confronted with a few saviors, and it looks like they're going to beat him up and take him back to the cell, and Jesus comes out of some woods or behind a parked car or some shit like that and just kicks their ass or helps Daryl beat their ass. I think that would be awesome. Then once they beat their ass and kill the saviors there in the road, another savior car pulls up and they see this savior bitch driving, and boom, here's Michonne in the passenger seat. I think that would be awesome because her face there, why does she have this oh my god look? And instead of her witnessing something bad, maybe it's something good for a change where she sees Daryl about to escape. So Jesus and Daryl hop in the car, and obviously they need to kill the savior girl, or she needs to become good or stay with them. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't see Michonne just being like, you're dead, but if the savior girl is putting up a fight, yeah, I think Michonne's just gonna dead her, you know what I mean? But they can't go back to Alexandria. There's no way they can go back to Alexandria. I'm almost half believing Daryl is just gonna go, you know what, I can't escape because they're gonna take it out on Alexandria, and then he's gonna stay there. But let's say they can't go back to Alexandria, so where can they go? The kingdom. Jesus is with them. Jesus knows of the kingdom. We know Negan and the saviors, for whatever reason, we haven't figured this out yet, or they haven't told us yet, but they have not ever gone to the kingdom. Now, I believe it's because Ezekiel was clever from the gate, and he said, you know what, we're not going to fight you from the start. Maybe there was one little skirmish. After that, Ezekiel's like, anything you need, I got you, whoop-de-whoop. And that's why the saviors didn't do that, because their structure, what it looks like so far is they'll get a community, they'll go to the community, they'll take everything they like, and they'll make sure you fall in line. Then once they realize you're gonna fall in line, then they have you bring this stuff to an outpost. We've heard dialogue that hinted to that being the structure. So Jesus says, I think it's about time we introduce you to Ezekiel or some shit like that to Michonne. Instead of in the comic, it was like Andrea and Rick. I think Michonne might have been there too, but then we get the very awesome Michonne Ezekiel introduction at the kingdom, and they need to stash Daryl. They can hide Daryl at the kingdom. What makes it even better is if they don't take him directly to the kingdom, if they manage to get a hold of Richard, who gets a hold of Morgan, who gets a hold of Carol, you can have fucking Carol and Daryl meet up in the next episode like a fucking mind blown, because I didn't even think they would be meeting each other so soon, and I didn't even think about, I thought Carol would find out about Daryl while he was still locked up, but they have an opportunity to blow our minds and have them connect, and I just thought about it now. Daryl could even hide out in the house that Carol's at. Negan doesn't know anything about that house. So as far as what Negan knows, you know, DARYL could have escaped and he's on the run. He could have died on the run. Negan doesn't know where to look for him. That at least buys them some time. Now listen, this gets complicated in a number of different ways. We need to have Dwight be able to, if they're going to connect that story, we need to have Dwight be able to talk to DARYL. Need to be able to convince DARYL that this is something real and legit. You know what I'm saying? And I have a feeling that that burn scene is going to come into play heavily in them making that decisions, you know? Them making that decision that this is a real thing and it's not a trick, it's not a trap. There's definitely going to be some caution there. We're definitely always going to wonder if dude is legit or not, or if this is a test, or if this is some kind of trick or trap. So we need Dwight somehow to be integrated into this story, because if DARYL goes into hiding, how's Dwight ever going to find him unless they just coincidentally run into each other again? You know what I mean? Dwight could get caught out there and they could be right about to kill Dwight, and Dwight's like, no, DARYL, I'm the one who gave you that letter, you know what I mean? Don't kill me, whoop-de-whoop, I want to take this dude down. I don't know, because if you want to use DARYL to help take Negan down, I mean, why else would you let him go? Did you let him, unless it was Sherry, did you let him go because you just felt bad for him and you're like, okay, this is it? Or did you let him go because you want to use him to connect with the others to unite to take Negan down? There has to be different reasons for letting him go. Or there has to be one main reason out of the different possibilities to let DARYL go. You either felt bad for him, or you want to use him to unite the other communities, mainly his own community, and say, listen, we can do this. You have an inside man, you have inside information. I love this. This is one of those scenes or ideas that made me just reinvigorated again to do some type of prediction video, because of the possibilities are there. Michonne is heading to the sanctuary. Jesus is at the sanctuary. He should be right about leaving now, because he's only there to recon, and then you have DARYL who's about to escape. So if you have Michonne in a vehicle, you know what I mean? You have Jesus who's there, DARYL who's escaping, even though he's on motorcycle. Maybe he doesn't even get the motorcycle. He probably does, but it's just set up too perfect for that not to kind of happen. Something needs to happen, or something might happen that's very similar to that. Anyway, I love that idea. I love the idea of them taking DARYL to the kingdom. I fucking love it. I love it. To hide out there and then reuniting with Carol. And I am not a DARYL and Carol shipper. I love their relationship as it is right now. It doesn't need to go any further whatsoever. Even if it did, I think I would accept it. I don't hate the idea of the relationship. Keep that in mind. But as of right now, I'm not saying this to reunite them in a romantic way. I want to reunite them because it's a rewarding way for the viewers, not just viewers who ship them romantically, but also viewers who see their relationship as something beautiful, just the way it is. With that said, thoughts and opinions in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Did I poke your eye out? No? How about now? Subscribe now.